For KRVN Sports, I'm Jayson Jorgensen. The UNK Softball team is off to a nice start after the first couple of weeks of the season. Head coach Katie Ackermann talks about what she's seen so far from the new-look Lopers.
Yeah, we have kind of rolled over the roster this year. As you can see, we have 8 returners, 10 incoming, and so we had a lot going on for us this fall of just kind of get integrated with new players, new teams, new strategy, just all of it. So it was kind of tough just at the start of the fall into the spring, but I think one thing, everybody was just super excited to start season. And first and foremost, when you think about going to Tucson, Arizona, everyone gets pretty excited. So just being down where the weather feels pretty good and getting some games in was super excited for us. So I think that excitement turned into some good things. We obviously came out with 3 wins and did pretty well. Started the season off just the way we were hoping.
Have you been able to maybe identify some strengths so far, or is it maybe a little too early for that?
I thought maybe we could, but we obviously just ran into some trouble down in Oklahoma. So, down in Tucson, offensively, we just swung it. We weren't sure if we were going to have any juice in our bats, if we were going to be more speed on the bags, but we kind of produced both. We had a couple home runs while we were down there, and we're 11 for 12 in stolen bags. So I was like, I was pretty excited about what our offense can do. Just execution-wise, we did a great job. And then, pitching actually held us a lot better than we thought. We kind of struggled with that last year, so kind of uneasy of what that was going to bring for us. But we had a freshman and a sophomore who really pulled the weight for us and did a pretty good job. And then defensively, we were managing under an error game, which for us is very outstanding because we averaged a little over an error game last year. So, we brought all the pieces together, which was pretty awesome to see. But, we rolled into Oklahoma hoping to have some of that same success. And granted, we faced a couple tougher opponents, some previously top 25 opponents. And so, we struggle a little bit pitching-wise, and defensively, we're sitting now at an error game, which is not what we want. We're not super excited about that. But offensively, we're still doing a great job. We're still in bases. We're having great approaches at the plate. So I think one of our strengths this year is really, honestly, is going to be our offensive just strategies at the plate. We're going to steal bags. We're going to put bunts down. We're going to have more speed. And then we're going to have somebody step up, and we're going to hit the long ball. But we just got to take care of some defense and some pitching cues to be able to be successful going forward.
Kind of sounds like then you might be involved in some slugfests this year. There might be some 12-11 games for the Lopers.
There might be. Just judging kind of what we've seen, we just don't have the depth in the circle that we thought we have, and that still can change. We have girls who the difference is last year compared to this year, they grind it, and they want to do better. And one thing that we struggled in the circle is Daniela, our freshman. She had a lot of illegal pitches. So for anyone that knows, the 2 white lines that come off the plate, if you step outside of them, they're illegal pitches, and she got called quite a bit on that. Didn't get called all fall, so that was really surprising for her to make that extreme adjustment when we got into games this spring. But, that kind of helped. She struggled with that just mentally and physically, and had to grind out some games for us, which, kind of lost us at the end against East Central. We had that game in the bag, and she got called on a legal pitch that turned into a walk, and things just kind of strung out from there. And so she'll be better. She's going to work hard, but yeah, you might see just offensively have to swing our way through games.
All right, how about this weekend? I know this is kind of rare for you to try to host home games in February, but I look at the forecast and it looks like this might work out for you, Katie. You have to be excited about that.
Yeah, Jayson, we are absolutely thrilled. That was one thing we talked about at practice yesterday, to be in 50 degrees and chasing 60s throughout the week in February. We absolutely kind of rolled the dice on this one and got pretty lucky. I don't know if you know, or for anyone listening, we traveled to almost Maine and back last year on a bus. So one thing that we knew that we had to do different is we had to hope for some home games. We kind of just struggled just mentally on the road, and it was exhausting. So we had to pull some weight and get some home games, and we really lucked out. We were still unsure in January if we were going to get these games in, but so far it looks pretty promising. So our girls are pretty thrilled to be able to play this early and get some home games before we open up to conference.
And that was Loper softball coach Katie Ackermann. Again, the Lopers will have their home opener. They're scheduled to play 4 games this week against Briarcliff. Those are scheduled for 1 and 3 on Friday and noon and 2 on Saturday at Patriot Park. For KRVN Sports, I'm Jayson Jorgensen.